nobody would ever treat her like that as long as I was around.
And try to grab her like what has happened, but especially midday, not midday, but it's daytime.
Prior to that, it was early afternoon when she was last seen, and they searched for a little bit and then reported her missing.
How many hours? And we know there are creeps around there, but we just never thought that one would, lay in wait and try to grab her like what has happened, but especially midday, not midday, but it's daytime.
Have you been able to narrow down the timeline any more than which
Not any more than what we originally released. We know that prior to that, it was early afternoon when she was last seen, and they searched for a little bit and then reported her missing.
How many hours?
Do you believe Summer Wells is still alive?
We hope so, but honestly, we just don't know. I mean, we're holding out hope, doing everything we can. Obviously, we typically would have found a child at this stage in the investigation, so honestly, we just don't know.
At the house today, any reason for that?
There's no reason. We have had agents and officers to just touch base with the family on a daily basis. So they were there earlier. The family continues to cooperate at this time. If we have questions, they answer our questions. If we need them to come to the command post to clarify some information, they respond. So they've been very cooperative.
Speaking of the command post, we have noticed some larger FBI presence as well, including like an FBI, I believe it's called the CARD team. Could you just elaborate a little bit on their role in this investigation? What do they do?
They're just another resource available. Now, I would refer you to the FBI for specifics on what that team does, but they specialize in missing children cases. And again, we're using all resources available. They've been here since last weekend, and we were in communication with them before last weekend. So it's just another resource, and we're grateful for any help we can get.
Leslie, now on day 10, do you guys feel like you have more information, better informed than you did on day 1, Tuesday night?
We don't. We still don't know where Summer is. We don't know what happened to her, and it's extremely frustrating. I can't tell you how heartbreaking it is. The sheriff has worked around the clock. His team's worked around the clock. The search crews, TBI agents, FBI agents, we're doing everything we can to find her, but to not have any more answers than we do at this stage, it's just heartbreaking. Her family reported her missing. They called the sheriff's office around 6:30. Prior to that, it was early afternoon when she was last seen, and they searched for a little bit and then reported her missing.
How many hours?
I don't know. But I've tried several times. I've snuck up. She'd be behind the vehicle, just sitting there playing. And so I'd sneak up behind her or on the other side of the truck, and I'd sneak up on her, and I'd scare her.
First off, the most obvious similarity that most might overlook is the angle that the camera is during both the video and the picture. You can see that I have both images turned so that the top of the back seat is level. And this tells me that both were taken by the same person sitting in the passenger side seat. But I also know that they were definitely taken at different times. Like I said earlier, the video was obviously taken while they were driving, and True Crime Rocket Science Channel had a local use the landmarks to determine the exact location that the video was taken. Candace was driving past Mural Road while they were on Lone Star Road. Allegedly, on their way home, maybe at 3:09 p.m. of Summer that she said that was taken at 3:09 p.m. on June 15th, 2021. Now, Summer was in the water at 12:21 p.m. in the TikTok video. In the 3:09 p.m. video, Summer was wearing long pants, a shirt, and a long sleeve zip-up jacket. On June 15th, in Tennessee, it was 78 degrees that day. No way a 5-year-old would be physically comfortable in a truck wearing those warm-ass clothes with no AC on at 3:09 p.m., which is the hottest time frame of the day. This is something that has really been bothering me a lot since I made that video almost 2 months ago. And I think that I might have figured it out. So I'm going to run this past you and you tell me what you think about it. Candace said that she put Summer in her suit because she knew that it was going to be hot that day. So she wanted something thin and cool. Now, she said that she did this in the morning before they left the house. Hunter said that Candace put Summer's suit on her at his house. But that doesn't make sense if we go with what Candace said, because they didn't decide to go swim until after they left Hunter's to go get Grandma, and they stopped at the smoke shop and at the hippie house and at Walgreens. And Candace said that that is when they decided to go swim. Hunter said that they were going to go swim when they left his house, but Candace changed her mind and went back to get Grandma candy instead. Now, in this case, I don't know who to believe, but regardless, Summer was in her suit, or whatever this is that she was wearing, while she was swimming. And this is a picture that resembles the top that Summer had on in the TikTok video. Okay, now Hunter said that he sat in the middle of the back seat when they left Warriors because Summer was wet and sitting on the pillow. Now this matches what Candace said when she was at her house to Chris McDonough, but not what she said to Chris at the lake. So here's where I have a debate with myself. This picture and this accidental video that was taken allegedly at 3:09 p.m. on June 15th would have been the final picture of Summer Wells. I believe it was the final picture of Summer for Candace to have, knowing that it would be the last ever picture of her daughter. I really started pondering this red flag situation even more, of the clothes being changed or not being changed, when I read a comment from Sue. And Sue was asking about why Candace wanted to take a picture of Summer's arms up, but they missed that pose. So why did they have an accidental 7-second video when they were obviously driving, and a picture when they were parked? Obviously, Summer's arms were not up when Grandma tried to take the picture when Candace was driving. So why take another picture of her when they were stopped? And I don't believe that Summer's arms were ever up, because if you look at the picture and the video, you can clearly see that Summer's arm, her right arm, is pinched between her torso and the gallon of milk. Now this picture looks a little bit different because I have sharpened it extra sharp. I was trying to see if anything would pop out, and the only thing that really popped out were how her fingernails were different colors and this spot under the seatbelt. Those were with this.
The following video I'm about to show you is a phone call between a lady and a friend of Grandis speaking about the day Summer Wells disappeared. Have a listen.
I saw, okay. So she said after they swung and everything, she said they got back in the truck, her, Candace, Hunter, and Summer. Well, Summer was cold, so she put on that outfit that she had in the truck for her. All right? Summer said she was not feeling good. So she reached over there was a bottle of orange pop or something in the truck. Summer reached over and took her drink. Grandma yelled there and said, "No, Summer, don't drink that. That's been in here for a while." Well, she put it back down. Okay. Then Grandma gave her a little bottle of water, one of mini water, she said. Okay, and Summer kept saying she did not feel good, and she fell asleep. That milk was sitting there, and I guess she just fell over on the milk, Grandma said. And then they took, well, in the meantime, they stopped at stores and got cigarettes and whatever. He said on TV, I heard her say that she went out to the truck and said that she wanted to see Summer. Well, she didn't. According to Grandma, that lady did not come out to that truck. Okay? After they dropped Tanner off, they went home. Back to where they lived. All right?
Monsters are real. He's not the only one, but he is one of the closest to 110 Ben Hill Road.
TBI says they've received tips saying the truck was seen in the area of Beach Creek Road and Ben Hill Road near the time Summer was reported missing. The pickup truck is a possible 1998 or 2000 maroon or red Toyota Tacoma with a full bed ladder rack along with white buckets in the truck bed.
Somebody said that they seen it parked in our driveway when Summer got gone.
Possible that something happened to Summer that Candace knows about that's not her fault.
No, because she knows better. She would know to go directly to law enforcement. An accident's one thing. She would never do something like that. She knows better than that. I know it happens. It does happen with people, but no, she would go directly to law enforcement.
She just had to be by me. This is a indication, a controlled bonding. This is what we see in groomers. She wouldn't bond with Candace, but she bonded with him. Okay? Yep. That's typical. That fits the profile of a groomer. I have to apologize to her 10 times over. That's more of the grooming.
90% of the time when someone takes a little girl or whatever, or boy even, it's for 90% of the time it's because they're predators.
Little Wayne Marline, you can look him up. Donnie said when Summer went missing that he went over to his house. I don't think Donnie did it, but I think that there's someone that Donnie knows that may have did it.
I don't know. I couldn't put my finger on it. I didn't know what it was, or I just always had this feeling that something's gonna happen to her. Got to be some sicko hillbilly druggie, drug her out in the woods or something, or somebody put her in her car and took her not too far away or whatever like that. But I'm starting to wonder if it isn't some high-end
thing. On that Saturday night that I got into town, which would have been 4 days after she went missing, is that somebody said that they found a footprint.
We're still trying to find Summer. Numerous residents and individuals associated with the family have been interviewed. Surveillance video and photos have been reviewed, as well as other potential digital evidence. We're still working to identify everyone in the area on the afternoon that Summer went missing. No one is more frustrated than we are. We ask anyone with information who hasn't come forward to please call 1-800-TBI. We still don't know where Summer is. We don't know what happened. We know that her family reported her missing. They called the sheriff's office around 6:30. Prior to that, it was early afternoon when she was last seen, and they searched for a little bit and then reported her missing.
And we all have drug problems, but no, that's not that problem. That's not critical. No, it's not a hot spot. I mean, it's a dead-end road, so there's very little traffic.
Ben Hill Road, everybody goes back there looking for pills, meth, or whatever it is they're looking for. And we see all kinds driving back through there. My neighbor has caught people parking our driveways, sitting there doing drugs, either early in the morning, late or whatever, many times over.
And again, if you have any information about the whereabouts of Summer Wells, you're asked to call the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation at 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Her parents reported her missing around 6:30 p.m.
Last seen earlier in the afternoon or the day even?
That time is varied because they were searching for their child themselves.
Is there any history of your office going to their home or anyone in the home? Is there any criminal history with any family members?
The father has a criminal history.
Is any of the family persons of interest?
Everybody's a person of interest till we find someone.
Is the father's criminal record relevant in this investigation?
No.
In Hawkins County this morning in the search for missing 5-year-old Summer Wells, who was last seen, according to investigators, walking out the back door of her house.
Summer Wells is missing. She's 5 years old. She's 4 foot tall, blonde hair. Last seen wearing a pink shirt and gray pants. According to her siblings, she just walked out the back door and then disappeared. So we don't know where she went, if she went toward the road or in the woods.
You get all kinds, you know, with the drug trade, and we've seen quite a bit of stuff surrounding the meth thing. Our neighbors caught them parked at our road in our driveway in the middle of the night or early in the morning and stuff like that, and run them off.
I think it's really tough on all the people out here that are missing Father's Day, and it's making them a little bit edgy, and we're a little bit edgy. My wife is real edgy.
Don't want to say this at all, but I have to put her on the side and worry about the boys because they're still here and still living.
When we left from the emergency room, we went straight to the smoke shop, and that's when I got the cigarettes and stuff like that there. And then we stopped at the hippie house, and I got those cheap vapes because they're cheap there. And then we went and put my mom's prescription in, and then we went to Warriors. And then we come back to Walgreens, got mom's prescription, went to Sonic, then to Priceless, then to his house.
Okay.
And that's exactly
That's
in
the
that
order.
Why go 2 places before dropping off the prescription at Walgreens, knowing you're going to have to wait on it? Why not drop it off first, then go do all your errands, then go pick up the prescription? You wouldn't have needed to go to Warriors at all, but you went out of your way to go there. Why?
Your wife messaged me and said that you was at home in the 3 o'clock hour, and I have that as evidence. She did not want nobody to know you was at home.
That's not true. How could she message you that if that's not the case? The thing of it is my phone and my Subaru is proof positive as to where I was. Plus my boss and my co-workers. Well, I'll tell you, that's like 4 witnesses.
Well, you know me,
was.
right? You know me and Candace talked every day, all day.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was, because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stayed down here.
She was still laying down. She did not see Candace get on the truck, so she don't know if Candace and Summer was there or not. She did not see her. Because when she pulls up, the truck door is facing her daughter's house, so she could not see, if Summer was there or not. Because Summer's been too short anyway. But she did not see them get out of the truck. So she just went on in the house, I guess. Her daughter went on in the house. Okay. The next day, she was still laying there. She dozed off, she said. She was still laying there. Okay. The next thing she knows, her daughter's coming at her screaming, I can't find Summer. I can't find Summer.
Driving what's supposed to be driving too.
Months later, that truck and its driver haven't been identified, but we learned more about the person who gave the information about the truck.
It was somebody driving a company truck that a lot of officers here are familiar with this gentleman, and we believe that he actually saw it.
Hey,
Don.
I'm going. Not much.
I'm going.
Doing all right. I'm hanging in there best I can. God's got a greater plan, So we got to stick with that.
When you have kids, you cannot keep your house spotless. It's impossible.
No, and not only that, not only boys and Summer and our kids every single day.
Zoe,
That's what they told me.
I reckon he got pretty.
They moved
He got a
him
rude
because
awakening when he come in.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that story. He probably ripped somebody off. Is what it is. Fred Hill used to roam around. I'd get up, like if I got up at 2 o'clock in the morning or something and looking around, he'd be out on somebody's horse with a flashlight, riding around for who knows what reason.
That's weird.
All night long. I caught him one time. I went to talk to him. I talked to him several times because I thought he has to know something. I caught him on other people's property, taking stuff from other people's property.
Oh, that's what he's doing on the horse thing with the flashlight.
Well, he has a golf cart, and he was on a golf cart and taking people's stuff from other people's property. I never said nothing until this point.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want him to be lying and just trying to get out of jail and trying to work some kind of deal or something. That ain't cool at all.
He's been lying since day one.
But I don't trust him either, though. I don't.
I've been up to his house several times trying to get answers, and he started talking about meth monkeys out in the woods and everything else, stirring me off in the wrong direction. I mean, all kinds of wild stories he'd tell me, and I just leave there.
Another one. You know, how do we know he's not even making this? You know, dead men tell no tales, right?
Exactly. He's just trying to get notoriety, money on his books. That's all he cares about.
And I thought it was convenient when I found out that old Cotton was dead.
Exactly. He's going to blame it on the dead man. Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Sometimes people will do things to get the, get the look off themselves. You know, blame it on a dead person. That's a good way to go about it.
Well, I'll guarantee you the detectives are trying to talk to him, but he keeps talking him way out in left field somewhere. And that's why I want to beat his ass so bad. Because he could be the person responsible for Summer's disappearance. Because he got meth heads going in and out of our road day and night, all day long, all night long. And he could be the person responsible for Summer's disappearance. And he wants to sit there and talk crazy. The boy needs his ass beat.
Yeah, he probably going to get that.
He needs it.
Eventually, he's going to get that.
He's looking at probably a decade in the pen. So
yeah,
he wants to play games after my daughter's disappearance.
That's what's so bad about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's read some of these texts that Jody was so generously able to share with the public. Now, I saw these yesterday, and when I saw them, it was 3 hours that she had posted these texts between her and presumably Andy. I don't know. But let's read through these, shall we? So apparently these texts were on July 16th, 2021 at 7:11 a.m. So I'm not sure if this is Jody who posts or if this is the person who's answering, but we're going to read through these. But what connection would she have to Fred to think it would be safe to go there? The person answers back, and took her out of here for Donnie and Candace, and she's blacked out some wording. Caught or in trouble. Shipped her off, more black, she blacked some more words out, and obviously were where he, black some more words out, ran to after the weird shit over there last year. Probably because she remembers where Fred's house is because she visits with Donnie so much, and because Fred is probably nice to her and one of the only decent human beings that she knows. And the answer back is maybe. Okay, next one. So we'll continue to read. Maybe, but doubtful. Thing is, more blackout for the wording. Fred's more blackout for the wording. Only after Donnie would visit Fred. Why are you blacking these out, Jody Sue? If you're going to put these out there, put the whole thing out there. You think maybe Donnie has her alive somewhere and is now planting shit? That's also the path they use between here and more blackout inks, blacking out the words. To move dope, more blackout ink. Donnie would know it because of him hanging out with Fred for eons. And then the answer is maybe. By the way, blank ran from the roadblock in our road at about 4 a.m. after giving his name, LOL. Now this post was on June 16, 2021 at 9:58 p.m. Last night? What the hell do you mean after giving his name? That's weird. Maybe he had a warrant. Hard to tell. We still don't talk to none of them. I don't think he lived down there anymore though. He was coming in for Fred / Okay, well, she doesn't continue to post for that, so now we're going to go to a different one. Know what Fred said to me yesterday? Mind you, I couldn't tell if it was real Fred, dope Fred, or schizophrenic Fred. No lie. But he said there is a guy and girl in here stashed in the woods. Cooks. She blacks out some more words. Says some of the other bringing food and goods to them and help move the cook location in the back of the hollow. Says they had a little girl too that vanished, and he made it seem like they didn't report it because it was in here and they were cooking, obviously. Fred, speak is strange. That would make sense on Candace saying that about the youngin' down the road. And I feel like it was half real Fred and half schizophrenic Fred. I was speaking with something that. Okay. Jody Sue, can't you put these in chronological order? Okay, let's keep going. I heard shit go down 2 nights ago. It was raining. So if it was raining 2 nights ago, it rained on the 12th and the 13th, because remember, we did a report on it. We looked at the Farmer's Almanac in the past. We went back into history. So the 12th, it stormed, and then on the 13th, it drizzled. So the 14th and 15th would have no rain. So they must have been talking about the 12th or 13th, right? That Jody Sue must be talking about. So the maroon truck that the FBI, TBI are looking for, it belongs to the paper guy. That's what that sounds like to me. But anyway, we're going to keep going. I did hear him and Fred up to shit though, and a horse being brought in. Then a horse was picked up and that text ends.
And we overcome those situations. From here on out, it is going to be providing our team the rest and assurance to make sure that we can provide more and more fresh bodies, fresh eyes to be able to come in and help search for Summer Wells.
I don't see that every day.
As far as my office,
there are at least 2 to 3 coming to communicate after 2 a.m. and someone is, she blacked out these words, or similar for some purpose as the others communicate. I think they are walking in from the cemetery side, maybe, and I'm pretty sure they're all set off Fred even more, like I told them they were starting to do days ago, and he's gone full tilt and is now even semi-warning Andy and I in his own way, despite me hoping, me vouching for him and likely hearing every word while listening in the woods would keep trouble down. So I'm trying to steer clear of conversations at the bottom of driveways currently. But and she blacked some more words out, something with the same being used for some sort of purpose and communication is happening before and after near Simpson. Jody Sue, what does this mean, honey? But Dawn is stupid. There was no need to make up gunshots. So the next text is July 20th, 2021 at 9:42 p.m. Hell, there was a Harley in here causing trouble last night, loud as F-U-C-K. Couldn't miss it. Where was Donnie then? Know who was in the road before they could get all the way in or back out? Me. And their dogs going off because someone was in here before you and kids came home. Who took that on? Me. Jody Sue, you know what this is saying, don't you? That you're always out at the road, listening and looking, so why wouldn't you have seen Summer that day? Let's keep reading. The only time Donnie seems to be outside or willing to come off that hill is right after or before Fred, which coincides with the paper guy 2 nights ago, because he and Fred have changed something frames from around, I'm going to say it says 12 something to 3 a.m. So now she says, I am pissed. It even got every search crew and neighbor coming and going yesterday, but not one file exists in 6 days prior. I guess she's saying Tuesday, 6 days prior. Make that make sense. That's a Benny Keys saying right there. Hell, all someone had to do was ask if they wanted to see/copy it. And someone said, did you tell county, FBI, or TBI? And she did not black out what else this person said. So we're just keep going. Here's what she said. But last night I heard what I think was Don hustling ass from my driveway to his again, right after Fred came in at 3 a.m. and startled him. So now this other person, whoever she's talking to, she blacked that whole comment out. She still has not answered this question. And now she...
Randy brought it to my attention. God, he worked. They actually talked to him, but I was in a pickup truck. The mother, the mama, and something.
So you saw something?
Well, she was in the truck. Randy said that she laid up in the back of the truck.
Did she? Oh, was that morning?
Yeah.
What that afternoon? Did anybody see?
Okay, where we're from Moore County area that way, they give us drive time. At that time, we was leaving 3:30 of the day.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Please keep praying for Summer, Moon, Utah, Wells. Goodbye for now.